All right, so here we are, trying to make this into that. So what I'm going to try and do is color all this in white, because it's like a grayish color, and also this part here. This is more like a silver, so I'm not going to touch these at all. I'm really looking to do is put one yellow here, these all red around the wheel. I think I'm going to use the blue like this. The stitching, it probably won't come out the same, because it's almost impossible to match. For the exhaust right here on the bottoms, haven't decided yet. I might just leave it alone, because here it's showing basically red up top and then the silver on the bottom. So, but I wanted to kind of put a little bit of my color of my car in here, so at least somewhat match it. And then I'm going to put this all white and then let it dry, and hopefully come back with the Sharpie marker and make it yellow. We're going to see how this goes. So I've already got my pen right here for the white, and I'm going to try and do this without screwing this up, because really you only get one chance to do this. So wish me luck here. I'm kind of holding out on this for a little bit. Kind of dried up on me a little bit, so I'm trying to get it so there's ink back out here again. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Just a little bit at a time. Trying to, what might I tell you, it's so easy to screw this up. And really, with the marker being as thick as it is, this paint, that's really easy to do. I think I'm going to leave this alone for now. I'm just going to do this area here next and just see how this goes. I'm not going to bore you with doing this whole thing right here. Just wanted to give you kind of an idea how this was going. And then as I go and use the yellow, we'll pick this back up and continue on. All right, so I've gotten quite a bit done here. I'm kind of blotching it right now. And being real careful to watch these lines. Some of you are all probably like, why in the world are you doing this? Well, I don't know. You see one person doing it and you're like, man, that looks like a good idea. So that's kind of what I went with. Someone's probably going to say there's a better way to do this. Well, maybe there is, but this is the way I'm doing it. So, so far so good. But you don't know it unless you try it. So that's what I'm doing. I did notice that when I did the other side on the passenger side, that if you don't fill in all the stitching, that some of the gray comes out. So that's why I'm going in here and trying to blotch everything and not go over the lines too much. Man, I tell you, I wasn't good at coloring, so I didn't keep it in between the lines very well. And I'm older and my vision isn't as good, so I'm using glasses, though. Man, so far so good. But if there's a blemish, probably I'm the only one that's going to notice it anyway. It's like anything with your car, you know, you got a nick or a dent or something from rocks kicking up. I don't know about you, but when I'm driving and something kicks up on my car and I point out something and I'm like, no one else would notice that but you. Well, yeah, that's kind of how it is. So this is the same thing. So basically I just whited this out here. I have not decided whether or not to do this in red. I think I'm going to, because I just want it to pop more. I don't think the gray is going to help at all if I leave it this way. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Finish this up a couple times. And if you notice, as it dries, it starts to get, it's not as, you can see the shades, and I don't know if you can really tell in the camera, but I can, where there's certain, where it dries, I can tell it's a little bit, it gets a little bit lighter, not as bright white. So that's what I'm kind of wondering, is just trying to make sure I get in as much as I can. and then put the yellow over top. I think it'll come out okay. So I'm going to probably just let this dry for a little bit, come back, and we're going to try the yellow and see how that happens. And then what I think I might do is just to show you guys, if you ever want to do this, I'm going to do it in red here, just the way it is right now with the gray, just so you see the difference. And then I'm going to do it in white, and then put the red over top of it, just so you can see the difference. I think that's the way to go, to be honest with you. And we'll just go from there. All right, so I'm back. It's been about probably an hour and a half or so. So I have basically done half the wheel with the white. This part is the actual stitching, so I'm going to use the red Sharpie stain by Sharpie fabric marker. And you're gonna see how it comes out on one side versus the other. And then I have the yellow, which I have done this right here, and then all of this. It was all this kind of, I guess you call it silver. It's more like gray, I guess. This is probably more like silver. This is more gray. That's what this was like back here. So I'm going to mark this all yellow in here. There's going to be red stripe. I haven't done this yet. This will be red here, and then red around the wheel. I'm going to do red on the exhaust tips, and I think I'm going to do the light blue with a different brand of fabric marker, because Sharpie doesn't have the blue that I want. So we're going to go with the red for starters. And you'll be able to see how this is. So, I mean, it's got a nice tip on it, which I really like. I wish I had that in the white, but unfortunately that's not the case. So here we go. So this is over the white, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm not sure how this is. I might have to do a couple layers. I don't know. One thing that might help too is to shake it up a little bit, get some of the ink flowing in there. And then this is the gray. So I don't know if you can kind of see the difference right there. It's a lot different probably off camera than this phone that I'm using right now. But yeah, it's definitely got a little bit more punch. This is very much darker versus the white. So this is obviously on the gray stitching. This is the white that I used over the gray stitching. So I'm probably gonna have to do this a couple times. A couple applications, I'm sure. Hopefully I'll have some success on this. But if anything, I'm getting some color versus that boring gray and black. I never could understand, like, man, if they use this on the decal, it's on your badging, and it's on everything else you get, so why wouldn't they have just done that with the seats? I don't know. Maybe, I guess it was just so much cheaper. I guess I probably pretty much answered my own question, but anyway, this is where I'm going with this eventually. So you can see the difference there. I mean, it almost looks, in the camera, it almost looks brown right here. So I'm gonna have to go back over and do this other half, and I'm gonna do red here on the tops, and then yellow. So I'll come back after I get all this done. I might show you just a little bit of the yellow. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that right now. since I've already got you watching anyway, hopefully anyway, haven't lost interest. If anything, here, watch me screw this up while I'm videoing this. Oh yeah, I like this. This is gonna look good. See, now that's nice. Yeah, well, yeah, you can't really tell on the camera. Now I'm looking at it myself. Like, it doesn't look any different to me. Yeah, it doesn't at all, does it? But it's actually there. It is pretty bright. I am in my garage. I'm not in sunlight or nothing like that. But it definitely is showing. Of course, you know, I'm zoomed in, so everything's going to show, probably be more dramatic than just by the naked eye. And I can just start here a little bit just to see how it's coming out. Coming down. So I'm going to continue on here, and then we'll pick back up after I got everything done. And then you'll be able to tell me what you think. All right. Talk to you later.